each laser tag system has its own distinct set of signals that it sends to the sensor. The Lazer Challenge brand, though it's been around for a very long time, all still adheres to the same basic code. Same goes for LTTO and LTX. They're both compatible at a basic level because they share the same type of signals and can recognize a hit from each blaster. Lazer Challenge, or the laser tag in general, works by sending coded IR beams of light to a sensor, and the sensor is hooked up to a board which is designed to recognize certain signals as a hit, or as a multi-hit, or as a reset, or whatever the signal is programmed in that chip to be. Now, Lazer Challenge systems aren't quite as picky when it comes to receiving infrared light signals. That's why they receive more sunlight interference, and that's why I'm going to show you how they can be utilized with LTTO and LTX blasters. Now, what I've got here is a Lazer Challenge Team Force sensor. This is the first system ever to come out in 1996. This is Lazer Challenge V2, came out a year later in 97. Lazer Challenge Radar Extreme, which came out around the year 2000. These three systems are all Toymax brand Lazer Challenge systems. This is the Lazer Challenge Pro blaster, which Jack Specific came out with, I believe, in 2004 or 2005. Now, all of these Lazer Challenge systems are compatible with each other. They're all taking hits from these Lazer Challenge blasters. The LTX, though it can't take hits from it can't take hits from Lazer Challenge blasters, the LTX can actually land hits on Lazer Challenge sensors. You'll notice that the Radar Extreme sensor is not taking hits from the LTX. It has a pickier board in there that is telling it this is not a Lazer Challenge signal. Whereas these guys are thinking, well, it's close enough, I'll register it as a hit. This is 100% true when it comes to Toymax's Team Force and Lazer Challenge V2. Jack Specific is kind of hit or miss when it comes to compatibility, and there's lots of different types that Jack Specific came out with all different types of little changes in its code. So this one happens to work, whereas a Jack Specific blaster that you may have will not work. It's kind of hit or miss. But yeah, so this guy can land hits on them and obviously can't take hits back. Now, this Lazer Challenge, not Lazer Challenge, this LTTO Deluxe, I actually have turned on right now, but not all the way. The hosting system that LTTO Blasters utilizes sends out a constant beacon from this dome here. It's infrared light, and the pattern actually triggers the hit signal on most Lazer Challenge sensors. But I've got them on right now, but it's not setting them off. Why? Because we've managed to wire in a switch to turn off the beacon on here. So that way, when I turn on this beacon, all of a sudden, these guys start dying because that beacon was switched back on. I'm going to reset this guy before he really dies. Now, the LTTO Deluxe, that's the only modification that's needed to be utilized with Team Force and V2. But as you can see, the Jack Specific blaster wasn't taking hits from it before. Oh, now it is. Never mind. Sometimes they're just strange blasters. But the Radar Extreme board still is not taking any hits from this guy. I turn this guy back on to... Now this is not a standard option. This is something that I installed in this blaster. It's just a switch that turns the beacon on and off. All of a sudden they start dying again. So, if you want your LTTO blasters to be compatible with Lazer Challenge, you're going to have to go in there and disable the beacon. There is a wire in there that will disable the beacon that sends out that constant blinking that sets off Lazer Challenge vests. All you have to do is put a toggle switch on that and just turn that off when you're using it with Lazer Challenge. Now, the reason why this is useful, if I were to go into a Lazer Challenge game, got my Team Force vest on, I could go in there with an LTX blaster and start killing people with it. At the same time, my blaster won't be taking any hits because other people will be using LTX, Lazer Challenge brand blasters. The only problem you may run into is if you're running a game with multiple people who are using Lazer Challenge vests as well as LTXs. The way to get around this, set them all to the same team setting so that way they can't hit each other. So that's my compatibility tests that I've shown you with LTTO and LTX blasters with Lazer Challenge brand stuff. We'll see you later.